Guys, so today I'm in Amelia Island where a cute little movie from the 1988 called Pippi Longstocking film. Do you guys remember that film? Well, I'm here with my friend Chris. You guys might know him because he makes great videos, but I'm gonna make him sing the theme song. Hey Chris, do you remember that Pippi Longstocking movie? I know you know the theme song, and I was.
Wait, the one from 1969 or
No,
1970?
no, 1988.
Oh, the 1988 U.S. version.
Yes.
Yeah, the New Adventures of Pippi Longstocking.
Yes. Do you mind singing the theme song for us?
It's Pippi Longstocking is coming into your world.
That's what I'm talking about. That's a movie. And guess what? Right now we're standing right in front of the house. Look at that. So right now we're standing right in front of the house in Amelia Island. A little background about the house. It's been restored, so obviously the colors are completely different. In the movie it looked like it was just built and they never finished it, which I think they meant to keep it that way for the film. But right now it's for sale. There's a for sale sign right there. And so I'm going to try to show you guys a little closer of the house, but I mean it still looks pretty much the same. Like the windows here in front of the doors look the same, but the backyard has changed. The tree's gone. I know you guys would remember those scenes where she filmed in the backyard with Tommy and Annika when they're like in the tree house. That tree is gone, but let's take a little closer look, shall we? So the windows right here look pretty much the same, but it is absolutely gorgeous. A lot has changed though. That I think I'm going to ask Chris, but I feel like this wasn't used as much. Let me show you guys a little bit of the backyard. So this would be the backyard back here. I'm trying to remember, but Chris was telling me that this was actually the front of the house that was used a lot in the movie. I think they also used the side here a few times, but this would be the entrance here of the house, and that was used mostly every time you saw it. Also, another thing, when the movie starts, you kind of see this in the background here, this beautiful shot here, and there's an aerial shot that starts the movie and shows you the house from afar. I mean, I don't have a drone, but if you go to Mobile Instinct, my friend Chris here, he's gonna fly his drone over and get those beautiful aerial shots for you guys. But yeah, look how beautiful this house is.
Somehow, I love you, Pippi!
There would have been a huge shed here or a barn.
Okay, so as you heard what he said, there was a barn or a shed around here. Oh, that's right, there was. Maybe around here.
A lot of the big branches cut, so it could very well have been here. We think that this property was once quite large, but was never a house this close. This property used to be way bigger. So this is a newer house since 1988, and there would have been a big shed here, and porch.
And this is that entrance I was telling you guys about, where the door is here, which I thought would have been like closer to the stairs. So even though that they didn't use inside of the house for filming, I just wanted to peek inside real quick to show you guys. They did get the stairs right, but yeah, they didn't use inside for filming. They used a studio in Jacksonville. So this next scene is when you see Pippi Longstocking along with her two new friends driving down this road where you see that car, you'll see that house, you'll see this house eventually, and then you'll see the orphanage as well right there in that same scene. So the very next scene is taking place here in the center of town, and you'll see Pippi Longstocking riding on her horse, pushing the two kids in like a sidecar motorcycle type of vehicle. And as they're riding down this road, you'll notice in the background the bricks. Chris was able to notice it in the movie that it has a different like discoloration. You see how it's like different colors. Well, that's how we were able to tell, or Chris was able to point out exactly this correct spot where this scene took place. And then they keep riding. There's a bus that stops right before that stop sign right there, and the kids keep riding down the same road, going the same direction. Eventually, they stop to go into a store. Oh, there's Chris. So yeah, they stop right where that first vehicle is right there, and they park the horse and the motorcycle right there. They get off and they go into that store. They don't film inside of the store, but you do see the kids walking into the store. Then eventually, the next scene, let's see. Oh yeah, right over here. This is where you see all the kids line up in front of that building, and then right beside this building, you'll see the ice cream truck. That's where it would have been parked. And then the fight scene, the ice cream, food fight scene, all that stuff, that's kind of taking place right in the middle over there, but I'll get to that soon. Too, another thing you notice in the background, besides like this brick right here when they park, is this greenhouse in the background over here, which Chris is actually pointing out right now. Say hi, Chris.
Hi.
Yeah, so like right over there. So now I'm a little closer over to the middle of the street where the ice cream fight scene took place, which would have been right here, right behind me here. So I'm gonna walk you guys through it and show you exactly like where they were standing, and you know, try to line up the buildings and stuff real quick. Ice cream fighting scene took place right here in the middle. The kids line up right around here. The ice cream truck was parked on this side. Once I'm on the other side, I'll show you exactly where it was parked. What else? Let me walk over here. There's a couple buildings here that if you're looking at the scenes, you can tell what they are. There was a toy store that was right over here. Let's zoom in. So that was the toy store right there, and it used to say toys. There was a sign here that said barbershop in the movie. And I'm gonna walk over and show you guys where the ice cream truck was parked.
What's going on over there? Children's home kids come for their haircut and teeth pulling. Listen, I want you to go to the ice cream truck and I want you to get lots of
So right there where that guy is sitting, like I'm not quite sure if that was there, but the ice cream truck was parked right there. So after they get the ice cream, the whole fighting scene takes place on this side, on this street right here. They blocked all this off right here. And there's a couple aerial shots that were taken either from these buildings or from these buildings up here, because you see a lot of aerial shots. And there's a few times in the background where you see Pippi Longstocking and the two kids, Tommy and Annika, and you'll see Palace Tavern in the background, which now is that Palace Saloon, because you see the awning. It looks just, it looks exactly the same almost. But there's a couple times they're standing over here, and you see that in the background. Thank you, truck. But yeah, so that whole ice cream fighting scene took place right here. So right after the ice cream fight scene, the two kids and Pippi Longstocking get on a motorcycle, and you'll see this building in the background, and Pippi Longstocking flies it over the street. You'll see the palace sign in the background, and when she flies it over, she lands on the other side of the street, and you'll see that tan building with the stripe awning in the background. One cool thing now, that building right next to that tan building is now a toy store called Villa Coola. So I thought that was cool. Also in the background in the shot, you'll see those arches, which is kind of hard to see. And then they keep going off that way. Let me show you. Let me get a little closer. I just want to show you guys a name, because if you're a fan, you'll think this is really cute. But she actually lands right about, right in front of it, and look what it is. Villa Coola's toy store. Cool is that? I actually should go inside and see what they have. And look who's inside the store. That's freaking awesome. Arrived at a different location. This is actually the school that was used in Pippi Longstocking, and you see this school twice in the movie. First time is when Pippi Longstocking gets on top of a tree, which I think the tree would have been on this side over here, and she's trying to talk to Tommy and Annika, and the teacher pops her head out the window, and she's like, "You need to come to school like every other kid." And she's like, I guess we're gonna have to stay dumb, or something like that, she says. And then the second time, she comes in a truck, and I want to say the truck was parked right here, because in the scene, you'll see that. Help me out here. What would you call this? Yeah, you'll see that in the shot, and you also see the air conditioning, but it's actually this one that you see in the shot, but because of the tree that's in the way, you can't really see it. Let me see. Can you? Yeah, you see, you can kind of see it right there. But yeah. So this is the school that was used. All right.
So people can actually see what the heck you're talking about.
All right, go ahead.
So Leslie, doing some incredible research, discovered that there's still an indentation in the ground. This is right where the tree was, and all that's left is this hole.
Yeah, so that scene I was talking about earlier, when I was standing over there, that she was on that tree talking to the teacher, and so you're saying this is the window right here?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. That's awesome. And I think, did you say that you can see this railing too?
Yeah.
In the shot?
In the shot.
Okay.
Because the horse is right here too.
The horse would have been here. That was cute.
Hey, Annika! They can't take you, Pippi. We're going to run away. Please come with us. Yeah, come with us.
All right, so sorry, I'm all a mess, because we are at the orphanage location, which has completely changed. The only thing that we were able to recognize was this house in the background and this one right here. Pippi Longstocking is first seen at the orphanage when she's riding her horse down the street, and then the next scene is panned over to the orphanage, which is right in front of me now. It has completely changed. It went through renovation or restoration in 1997. I went onto the website of the school. It's a church and a school, and I went into the website and it shows a picture what it looked like in 1971 versus in 1997, and it looks like things were cut off and the third floor is removed, and that's where like the fire scene happens towards the end. So I'm going to show you guys the school. It's very different, so it's hard to tell, but so yeah, so this is the school now. One thing that we do know for a fact is this little cemetery that's right here. You can see that in some of the shots in the background, so we know for a fact this is the right spot. But the school, Chris kind of came up with the conclusion that, let me get a little closer, sorry, but the school back then, it went up to here. So from here on is new. This is all that was added on. But there was something that went up higher here. If you check out Chris's video, he'll explain it better, because I don't want to get too detailed with it, because we're not completely sure. But I'm going to put a screenshot of what the school looked like. And you can tell that there was an extra, a third floor up there, and that this didn't look the way it does because of the windows. The only windows that look exactly the same are these 4 windows right here, and you can see the church in the background. But yeah, it's a shame, because I really wanted to line it up, but this is what it looks like today. One more thing that I forgot to mention from the school. There's parts of it that still resemble, like all of these look very much the same the way it did then, but like I said, it changed so much that you won't be able to see it. But this is the church that I was talking about that you can see. I wanted to get closer so you guys could see it. So as Chris just pointed out, and I was listening to him, he thinks that third floor was up here, and that was taken out because when she's climbing, that second scene that she's here is towards the end of the movie, and that big fire happens. He thinks that pole would have been around here somewhere, because in the background, when you see her in the roof, which doesn't look like this anymore, you do see those church windows in the background. So we think, we're not saying that's correct, but again, because the school looks so different, it's really hard to tell. This would be the last scene that you see the orphanage. So this building here was used for the city hall in the movie, and it's used in a very brief shot, but it's when they are trying to get Pippi Longstocking into school. Yeah, this is what they use, which is close to where everything else was shot, like the ice cream, fight scene and stuff like that. That was all right over here. So that's how close it is.
Thank you. Will you wait here for 5 minutes, please?
She'll be taken care of by her father. We forget that she's just a little girl. Helpless, really.
You actually see that in the background.
Pippi?
These shots in these buildings.
Amy, Olivia, come back to stay.
This is called Katie's Lighthouse, and yeah, it was featured in the movie like twice, so I just wanted to come out here on the beach and get a shot at it for you guys. It's really beautiful. I think it's for sale right now. But, Alright guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure to check out my friend Chris at Mobile Instinct. YouTube and Instagram is also Mobile Instinct, so make sure you check him out. He makes really great videos. I'm telling you, you won't regret it. I also want to thank him for inviting me to Pippi Longstocking location. I actually didn't even know that it filmed here in Florida, so I am super excited, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!